G2 is 1/2 away from elimination at IM Katowice, but they have a 9-6 lead, and you have to admire the fight that they've come out with on Dust 2. They look much more comfortable, much more prepared on this map, and they've given themselves a chance to take us to a third. As I say that, they go for a B-rush. Here we go, boys.
Can JW hold the line? No, but Brolan can for the time being. He has been whittled away to 14 health and will be put in his place. Twist just needs to wait at this stage. XIII and Crims are right behind him. Crims is going to try and make a beeline for the tunnels. Make this a lot more manageable. If they all pile through the same angle, it could be a bloodbath. But Crims is going to come under heavy fire from Body momentarily, and Body comes out ahead. That probably is the round going with it. G2 looking good to pick up both pistols once again. XIII. Valiant attempt, but there's just too many players to deal with. G2 moved 10-6 in the lead.
There's a certain amount of beauty in the fact that with your major life on the line, you call the most basic of pub strats. I really enjoy that. They make it work as well. 17 kills on Shock so far. 15 on Lucky, 13 on Jax, 13 on Body. So the young guys showing up, which is good to see for G2. 10-6 lead, you're exactly right. At least this time now that they win, they've won all 4 pistols in these 2 maps so far. At least this time on this map, they've got a lead to show for it. There goes Twist, went back for more.
G2 procure the life of Twist. Put them in their back pocket. XIII has landed himself a scout shot onto Body. But elsewhere on the map, Brolan is struggling to survive against Lucky. XIII has finished off the kill onto Kenny S. I don't think they can get their hands on the gun, but it is at least going to put G2 on the back foot for a little bit.
He almost tagged a shot to the shoulder of Jax. The Deagle's here, though. I think Crims gave up his shoulder a little bit early, but Jax still can't win the fight. Crims is going to be able to get away. There's Brolan from lower B. Shocks didn't expect that. He was blindsided. A chance, a real chance now in a 3-on-1. Lucky's got to be a hero.
What a horrendous position to be in for Lucky at this stage. A round that should have been a gimme. He's not entirely sure as to whether there's a Fnatic player up close to deny this bomb plant, but now they know where he is.
Sent Brolan in first. Low HP, let him flush out the position of Lucky.
Yes, no grenades either. There we go. Exactly what they've done, but it was a bit too early. XIII isn't in a position to strike yet from long. Now he's finally there. Needs to put that scout to good use. Lucky spins around on a swivel and turrets himself. And G2 into a round win. Beautiful clutch in the end for Lucky.
Yeah, he did such a good job of making sure he was always taking one-on-one fights. That was phenomenal work. That really digs G2 out of a tough spot. Remember, they won that first pistol round on Mirage, and then they lost immediately afterwards. This would have been a similar situation. This could have put Fnatic right back in the driver's seat, but Lucky holds on. 11-6, G2 inching closer and closer to a third map.
And even though Fnatic did damage, it was off the back of a force spy, so they can't even capitalize now. They have a Desert Eagle, but Brolan's completely flashed up. JW had opportunities, but just the USP. He was praying there that that USP somehow turned into a P250, 5.7 or Deagle. But alas, it wasn't the case. And now XIII and Crims going to do as much damage as they can on the way out. 2 players actually towards T-spawn from G2, which could catch XIII off guard if he decides to push.
He would love to get an AK-47. I think he's going to miss his timing. It's Shocks anyways, just to CZ. So it'll be a 12th round for G2, doubling up the score of Fnatic. It's 12-6. 4 more rounds for G2 to make it to a third map, which would be Overpass, to decide which of these teams is eliminated. Much like our previous series, loser goes home, winner plays tomorrow for a spot in the Legend stage.
Yeah, moves to 2-2, the winner of this. They're definitely not out of the woods just yet. But of course, they're not going to give a damn about tomorrow. They're focused on the ice.
Oh yeah, no one's thinking about tomorrow just yet.
So a 12-6 lead. Fnatic will be coming out with guns, however, and a double AWP. This does lower their utility. And in Twist's case, a lack of armor. Quick play by G2. They're not messing around. They're going to be running straight into JW. And even though he did land a shot, it's not going to be enough. The spray's not on point for XIII either. Just yielding the 1 kill. 2 players are very low, but they've got the player advantage. Well, only for a few more seconds. Because Fnatic are dropping like flies. They only have Twist and Crims left.
Fnatic is so close to turning that. Look at the HP. If any of those kills go through, this could be an entirely different round. Regardless, that strategy by G2 worked perfectly. Getting up Cat that fast, the entire point of it. A lot of teams send 2 to 3 players at long to establish control and then fall back. And if you get up Catwalk fast enough, the way that G2 did, you can catch them really unawares, trying to rotate either back towards the railing, back towards middle and CT spawn, and now on the hunt. But not too dedicated it is G2.
Not wanting to feed any more kills across to Fnatic, but in doing so, it does give them a bit of power to play with in this round.
Listen, we just saw G2 pull off a round like this, exactly like this.
Exactly,
1 AWP and 1 AUG in the previous half. That was on Brolin. Or excuse me, I think it was Body. Body and Kenny S, each with 2 kills in the round with the only 2 guns they were able to save. This is a bonus round. The MAC-10's doing work. They just get up there so quick. No chance for JW with the AWP as he rotated onto Catwalk to really get a good shot off. Able to get a leg shot and nothing else. G2 looks like they're going right at the AWP of Twist, so inside the bomb site, he'll have an opportunity to thin the herd. Kenny is spamming for the stack that they just had.
It is a win condition of this round if they do push into Twist. At this stage, maybe best to just turn back.
It'd be interesting to see if that smoke actually fools G2. They Molotov the car. Twist put it out, maybe trying to make G2 think that someone was playing in the car. They might have seen the trajectory, they might just not be faked out whatsoever by it.
2 players in mid from Fnatic, XIII and Crims. So it is still only Twist that's over on the A side of the map. But G2 are taking their sweet time to start to move in. They are still checking the car. Now realizing that it's clear. Gonna smoke the cross. Lots of smokes put in place. Crims tapping through. Can't perforate any players as of yet. And Twist has moved completely off A site. So maybe setting up for some kind of a retake here. Shox has been found by Brolan, so that's an extra weapon added to the arsenal of Fnatic. And Twist has gone one better. G2 now in a 2v4 from hell around that they'll feel should have been theirs. It still could be, to be fair, because there's only 1 kit and no grenades. Fnatic still have a lot of work ahead of them. Kenny S, the bomb. Wait, is the bomb not planted for him?
I think it is. I think they should be all right. Lucky. 2 quick kills, a hero once again. No, it's not actually.
The bomb's not planted for Kenny.
Yeah, he's got to swing wide and it's fine. There's, oh, just at the moment, nicely done from Kenny. But yeah, a little bit of a worrying, makes your heart skip a beat. That's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, Fnatic, they got enough kills to make it feasible for them to go for it, but that took everything away. They were committed to that retake at that point, which gave a perfect opportunity for G2, as we just saw, to take all the guns that they had saved and salvaged. So again, this is a full investment for Fnatic, and even though it's a very strong buy, nothing behind it. A victory here isn't enough. It has to be a resounding victory where they keep multiple players alive, and JW is going to start this one out handicapped.
Yeah, he got tagged in the round prior as well. And he was also, ironically enough, the player that was constantly tagging people on the other side of the coin. So he now feels how frustrating it is to lose 2/3 plus of your health right off the bat. But G2 in command. There's been nothing poor about this performance. They've had a couple of banana peels, a couple of slips and slides, but by and large, they've looked in control. Just 2 more rounds required to send us to overpass.
This map, G2's actually been very enjoyable to watch. This is a very good level for G2. Obviously super comfortable on Dust 2. One in the A bomb site, one in pit. Exists to defend long, and G2 is setting up to have a split towards this bomb site. With only 2 defenders, it could get rough. Exist is now isolated.
Decides to come out swinging though. Twist in the meanwhile is holding down the fort on A. But Exist has dropped on long. There's no one to work off here though for G2. They've dropped the bomb over on the short side of A, and they have to back out.
I will say, it's kind of... I'm curious about that strategy. You set up that smoke wall, and you attack the bomb site at the same time from Cat and Long, but even if the Long people are successful, which they were, taking out Exist, the wall of smokes they set up to isolate the defender, prevent them from getting involved in the action at the A bomb site. So Twist was able to just pretty much stay at that railing the whole time. Kenny's going to lose that AWP right at the last moments.
In terms of their money, they will be able to replenish the fallen AWP, but it's still going to sting a little bit. So Fnatic do continue the map going forward, have a double AWP play of their own. Orgs alongside it. And here's the Twist play. And it's a good thing that he did actually pick up multiple frags, because Exist died pretty early on and long. With the smokes out.
Yeah, they turned the corner and the AWP just trained on his position of where exactly he was going to peek next. Nice shot from Kenny S. 14-7. Timeout G2. They have 2 remaining.
Well, here we go, back into the fray. As you can see, Exist JW, Crims having rough games. ADR 14 for Crims, 18 for JW, which is really surprising. Like, typically AWPers have pretty high ADR. Obviously, if you hit someone, you're going to put them down. So not necessarily the AWPing paradise that JW is hoping for. Perhaps reflected in the overall scoreline. G2 now poised in the tunnels, making a move down. Twist, in the meanwhile, is going to try and play a bit more aggressively this round. He does have Crims. Additionally, behind him, typically it's been Twist or Twist and Exist watching A. But Twist is the first player to fall, and that's going to open up Catwalk nicely. Exist now has to watch multiple angles, and Crims needs to come back into the fray on A. But there's not much they can do. There's no players at the backside of A. This is going to be a free plant at the very least.
The one person who might be able to change some fortune is Exist over in pit, but I don't think anyone's actually going to swing and take that fight. That's the kind of play you like to see from Shox. Takes that battle on Catwalk and presses the issue. And he pretty much just won the round. One frag and the one play to take the bomb site, and it's over. Fnatic, they can't risk a retake because they can't lose these weapons because they have no money. And Jax is on the hunt just to see if he can take anything away at all, but he walks right into the AWP. Exist doesn't want to give away his position.
Oh dear. And considering that they have very, very little economy, they definitely needed to save that AUG. That is a significant weapon lost.
JW can drop one. Won't be able to buy up any utility if he drops an AUG or an M4. But he has an AWP, so it's not the biggest thing it's not the biggest deal in the world, especially when you don't have a whole lot of options available to you to begin with. Fnatic's going to take their second to last timeout, using whatever they can just to be able to get themselves to overtime if possible, and have to come back 8 rounds straight. NIP did it on overpass.
It's true, but it does feel like Fnatic are a little bit out of their depth here on Dust 2 against G2. Haven't really got the ball rolling. I mean, the fact of the matter is they've won 1 round on their CT side. 1 out of 7. And even then it was a defuse. Oh, pardon me, it was actually they ran out of time. I think they went for a save.
Yes. Well, freeze time comes to a close. Round 23. It's 15-7 for G2. They've got 8 chances to bring us to a third map, which would be Overpass. They've looked good on Dust 2. I think everyone wants to see them complete this map. JW is going to find a pick on a Kenny S. A risky peek, but why not take the risk? The follow-up onto Lucky as well. JW just eliminates 2 players so quickly.
Looking for a flash into peak for Twist, going to try and make amends. Of course, he died here last round, getting G2 their 15th round overall. Here comes the flash from Crims any second now into a peak. Here it comes. Twist going to turn his back, come through, but Body's not deterred at all. I don't think he was affected. I think he may have actually been slightly too far ahead of the flash to take effect. So with that kill, G2 now have to bolster up the short side, which is exactly what Crims is doing. Fortunately for Fnatic, they got 2 early picks, courtesy of JW's open mid.
This is a very risky play for Crims. Feels kind of crazy, but I would be interested to see it work. I think he's just going to come out of the smoke behind him, and yeah, now that he's got his teammate there to distract, it's an easy one, but he actually doesn't see anyone until just now. Jax had no idea. 15-8. As G2 gets stopped cold, at least in this first attempt at closing the map out. Plenty of money for a strong buy on the French side.
We go again. 7 more map points.
It's actually Lucky who's leading the charge for G2. He's got 23 kills, 10 deaths. Shox isn't too far behind at 21 kills. No one on Fnatic is over 15. You mentioned it earlier. The kills weren't super impressive in terms of numbers for Fnatic. They still aren't. Exist is going to go down, and Lucky is feeling it, so he wants to go for a heat check. Wants to find a duel, and he can't win that one initially. There's Twist, scoped in with the AUG, but it's a 3-on-3. Bomb is down, which is actually quite a big issue when JW is here.
Yeah, and there's a Molotov actually stopping G2 from picking it up, and our flashbang's going to drive them back that much more. Smoke deployed. Twist going to try and deny it. But I know eventually he's going to have to reload. Shock's going to go and pick the bomb. And now they have options. They have choice. With 3 players left on Fnatic, they're going to have to spread themselves out thinly. So G2 are going to try and find out exactly where these CTs are. They know one's on A. JW's going to take this opportunity, though, to go for a flank.
This is what always made Fnatic so difficult in their heyday to defeat, is plays like this from JW, because he's already a fearless player to begin with, but when you put him down 15-7, 15-8, it's almost like he gets has even less fear possible.
Oh, no. He looked in mid and didn't see anyone. I wonder if that's completely baited the rest of his teammates.
It might have. Twist, it's all on him. He's completely blinded. He's forced back. How far back is he going to go? And, well, Jax puts him in the ground. A 3-on-2 advantage for G2. A chance to move on to Overpass.
Oh, nice flick by JW. What a time for him to awaken. Brolan, AUG in hand, going to get shut down by Shox, and that's map number 2 going the exact same way, just the reverse. 16-8 this time to G2 on their choice of map.
Yeah, nothing is easy on Elimination Day, and G2 fight back. They actually, it's the same exact score that Fnatic won with on Mirage, 16-8 in the favor of G2 here on Dust 2. We're going to go to the desk after the break, and when we return, we decide everything. Who goes home? We'll find out on Overpass.
The champions of ESL1 Cologne.
Do you remember?
Welcome to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Think you've seen it all?
Are you ready to be a part of Counter-Strike history?
ESL1 returns to Cologne in 2019.
Think he can't clutch through a smoke while recording in full resolution and streaming the play to the world? Watch this.
Counter-terrorists win.
Think he can't get famous in a flash? Like become your own meme famous? Watch this. Think he's been there, done that? With Intel Core i7, he's just getting started. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Prepare for combat. Go forth and conquer.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.